So today I will discuss unbalanced problems on northwest corner method. So in unbalanced also you have two methods, that is demand is less than supply. Is it balanced? No, it is not a balanced problem because demand value is greater than supply value, including this dummy column with zero matrix. You have to select the north corner cell. Hi, hello, welcome back to my new session. I am Shweta, Computer Science faculty, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Mysuru. My dear students, already have discussed transportation problem, northwest corner method. I have discussed the balanced problems on northwest corner method. So today I will discuss unbalanced problems on northwest corner method. So already I have told you about the northwest corner method. It is one of the easiest method for finding the initial basic feasible solution. So in transportation you have two types, that is balanced and unbalanced problem. If it is balanced, you can proceed. If it is unbalanced problem, how to solve this transportation method? So in unbalanced also you have two methods, that is demand is less than supply. If your demand value is less than supply value, how to solve this northwest corner method? Demand is less than supply means it is obviously unbalanced because demand value is not equal to supply value. So demand value is lesser than supply value. How to find the transportation cost? So first step is you just check the total availability and the requirements of this warehouse requirements and total availability. So here I have 250 rupees, 300, 300. Add this supply value 300, 300, 600 plus 250 is 850. It is your supply value and demand value 300, 500 and 700. 300 plus 200, 500, 500 plus 200, 700. So here you got 850. Is it balanced? Is it equal? No, it is not an equal value. So it is unbalanced problem. It is unbalanced. 850 is greater than 700. So your demand value is less than supply value. So I am solving the demand value is less than the supply value. How to find the minimum cost? So here your demand value is lesser than supply value. So 850 minus 700 means you have to add 150 rupees to make it as balanced. So here 150 rupees is shortage because demand value is lesser than the supply value. So you have to add 150 rupees to make it balanced. This is your first table. So first step you have to find whether it is balanced or not balanced. So it is balanced means you can proceed, or it is not balanced means you can find the next table. So here 150 rupees is shortage in demand. Right? So 150 rupees is shortage in demand value. So I am adding one more dummy row. I am adding one dummy column. 150 rupees is shortage in demand values. If your demand value is lesser than supply value means you have to add dummy column. Demand value is lesser than supply value means you have to add dummy column. And if your supply value is lesser than demand value means you have to add dummy column. That's it. If your problem is unbalanced, you just check the demand value or supply value. So if your demand value is lesser than supply value means you have to add one column. So 150 rupees is shortage in demand value. So I am adding one extra column in next step. So I have added with zero matrix and demand value I have added 150. So now you can find whether it is balanced or unbalanced. 300, 200, 500, 700 and 150 means 850. And supply value is 300, 300, 600, 600 plus 250, 850. Now it is balanced. It is balanced problem. Now we can proceed further. Next step is you just select the north corner cell. So here I have some variables including this dummy column. Including this dummy column with 0 matrix, you have to select the north corner cell. So out of these cells, north corner value is 5. North corner value or left corner value is 5. You just check the 5 column in demand and 5 row in supply. So 250 in supply, 300 in demand. So 250 is lesser than 300. I will allocate this 250 rupees to this cell. So now it's become allocated cell. 250 is lesser than 300. I will cancel this 250 rupees. So you can cancel this entire row because it is become 0. If your supply value is 0 means you can cancel this entire row. And 300 minus 250 is 50. So here we have 50 rupees. So now I have cancelled this row. Next variable column is this much. Now you can select the north corner value. So north corner value is 8. You just check the demand value and supply value for variable 8. So demand value is lesser than the supply value. So I will allocate 50 rupees to this cell. It's become 0. If it is 0 means I can cancel this entire column. So now 300 minus 50 is 250. We have 250 rupees in supply. So now my next variables are only 430, 750. Next select the north cell. So here left corner cell is 4. I will select this 4, variable 4. So here just check the supply value and demand value. Demand value is lesser than this supply value and I will allocate this 200 rupees to this cell. Have allocated 200 rupees. So it will become 0. If it is 0 means you can cancel this entire column. And now 250 minus 200 is 50. So still we have 50 rupees in supply. And the next north cell is, so out of this you have to select the next north corner cell. So this is my left corner cell. I will select this. So out of this demand and supply, you just observe the least value. 50 is my least value. I will allocate this 50 rupees to this cell. So it will become 0. And 200 minus 50 is 150. So now I will cancel this entire row because it is 0. And the next variables are 5 and 7. So here left corner value is 5. Just check the supply value and demand value. So supply value is higher than demand value. So I will allocate this 150 rupees to this cell. I will cancel this. It will become 0. If it is 0 means I can cancel this column. So 300 minus 150 is 150. And now we have only last variable. So 0 is my last variable, that is my left corner or north cell. You just concentrate on this supply and demand value. Both the values are same, 150 and 150. I will allocate 150 rupees to this cell. Will become 0, will become 0. So I can cancel this 0 also. So now I have completed all the cancellations. Now you can find the total transportation cost. How to find the total transportation cost? Just consider all the allocated cells. Allocated cells are 5 into 250, 5 into 250 plus 8 into 50 plus 4 into 200 plus 3 into 50 and 5 into 150 plus 0 into 150. So this is your allocated cells. Just add all the values here. The total transportation cost is 3,350 rupees. So this is your total transportation cost. So this is for unbalanced problem. You just observe the problem properly. If it is not balanced, you just make it as balanced for adding dummy row and dummy column. And the next problem is, here I have one table. You just add all the values of supply and all the values of demand. So here demand is greater than supply. This problem is regarding the demand is greater than supply. Add all the supply values first. 200, 175, 375 plus 75 is 450, and add all the demand values. 250 plus 100, 350. 350 plus 150, it is 500. Is it balanced? No, it is not a balanced problem because demand value is greater than supply value. Demand is greater than supply value. So it is not a balanced problem. It is unbalanced. You have to make it as balanced by adding dummy row or dummy column. If it is, your demand is greater than supply value, so how to add the dummy row or dummy column? So here 500 is greater than 450. So 500 minus 450 is 50. So supply value is shorter. I have 50 rupees shortage in supply. So I have to add one dummy row. So here I have to add dummy row with 0 matrix. So dummy row means I have to add 50 rupees. If you are adding 50 rupees to supply column, so it can be a balanced. 50 plus 450 means you will get 500. So now we can proceed further. So here, so your demand value is greater than supply value. So I can add dummy row. So you have to add one dummy row with 0 matrix. So 50 is shortage. So in next table, I have added one dummy row because 50 is shortage. 500 minus 450 is 50. 50 is shortage in supply. So I have added one dummy row. Now you can add all the values of supply and demand. 200, 175, 75 plus 50 is 500. Add all the demand value. 350, 150 is 500. Now it is balanced. If it is balanced, you can proceed. So next step is you have to select the north corner cell. That means left corner cell. So out of this, left corner cell is 6. So you just check the supply value and demand value for 6. So supply value is lesser than demand value. So I will allocate 200 rupees to this cell. So it will become 0 and you can cancel this entire row. And 250 minus 200 is 50. So we have 50 rupees in demand. And the next corner cell. So north corner cell is 10. So out of 175 and 50, least value is 50. So I will allocate 50 rupees to this cell. Now it will become 0. If it is 0 means you can cancel this entire column. So 175 minus 50 is 125. And next corner side, corner value is 5. North corner value is 5. So out of 125 and 100, the least value is 100. So here have allocate 100 rupees. It will become 0. If it is 0 means you can cancel entire column. And 125 minus 100 is 25. So in supply, I have 25 rupees. Next, we have 8, 6 and 0. The next north corner cell is 8. You just observe this supply value and demand value. Supply value is lesser than demand value. I will allocate 25 rupees to this cell. Will become 0. If it is 0 means I can cancel this row. And 150 minus 25, it is 75. Now it is a balanced problem. I can move further. So now I have to select the north corner cell. The left corner cell is 6. So just observe the demand column and supply row. So out of 200 and 250, 200 is lesser value. I will allocate 200 rupees to this cell. It will become 0 and you can cancel this entire row. And 250 minus 200 is 50. So now next corner cell. So north corner cell is 10. So out of 50 and 175, least value is 50. I will allocate 50 rupees to this cell. Will become 0 and I can cancel this entire column. 175 minus 50. It is 125. Now the next values are 587600. So out of this north corner cell is 5. I will allocate 100 rupees to this cell because 100 is lesser than 125. So I will allocate 100 rupees to this cell. Will become 0. I can cancel this entire column. And 125 minus 100 is 25. So here next values variables are 8, 6 and 0. So out of this north corner value is 8. So 25 is lesser than 150. I will allocate 25 rupees to this cell. Will become 0 and I can cancel this row. So 150 minus 25 is 125. 150 minus 25 is 125. Now the next north corner cell is 6. So 75 and 125. Least value is 75. I will allocate 75 rupees to this cell. It will become 0 and I can cancel this. And 125 minus 75 is 50. 125 minus 75 is 50. So here you can observe this. The last variable is 0. Supply value is also 50. Demand value is also 50. Then we can move further. So here I will allocate 50 rupees to this cell. It will become 0. Will also become 0. I can cancel this column. So now all the cancellation is done. What is the next step? You have to find the least transportation cost. So transportation cost is equal to, just consider all the allocated cell, 6 into 200 plus 10 into 50 plus 5 into 100 plus 8 into 25 plus 6 into 75 plus 0 into 50. So your total value is 2,850 rupees. So this is your transportation cost. So minimum transportation cost is 2,850. So this is about your balanced and unbalanced problem. And the last problem is, I have one table, supply and demand. You have some requirements. You just add all the values of supply and demand for finding whether it is balanced or unbalanced. Add all the supply values 15, 25, 42 and 35. It is 117. And add all the demand value 30, 20, 15, 10 and 20. It is 95. Is this balanced? No, it is not a balanced problem. It is unbalanced. If it is unbalanced means you have to check where I have to add the extra dummy row or column. So 117 minus 95, it is 22. So here demand value is lesser than supply value. So demand value is 95, supply value is 117. You have shortage of 22 in demand. So you have to add one extra column. Extra dummy column you have to add. So in dummy column you have to add 0 matrix with 22. So in next table I have added 0 matrix with value 22. Now you can add all the supply and demand values 15, 25, 42 and 35. It is 117. And 22, 20, 10, 15, 20 and 30. It is also 117. It is balanced. Now we can find the transportation cost. The first corner cell is 5. Here the north corner value is 5. You just observe this 15 and 30. 15 is least cost value. So I will allocate 15 rupees to this cell. So it will become 0. If it is 0 means you can cancel this entire row. So 30 minus 15 is 15. And the next corner value is 3. So out of 25 and 15, 15 is least value. I will allocate 15 rupees to this cell. It will become 0, 0. And 25 minus 15 is 10. So next, north corner value is 9. Out of 10 and 20, least value is 10. I will allocate 10 rupees to this cell. So it will become 0. I can cancel this entire row. So 20 minus 10 is 10. And the next north corner cell is 2. So out of 42 and 10, so 10 is a lesser value. I will allocate this 10 to this side. So it will become 0 and you can cancel this column. And 42 minus 10 is 32. So next north corner cell is 7. Out of 15 and 32, 15 is the least value. I will allocate 15 rupees to this cell. It will become 0 and you can cancel this column. 32 minus 15 is 17. So next north corner cell is 6. So out of 17 and 10, least is 10. It will become 0 and you can cancel this. 17 minus 10 is 7. So next north corner value is 5. Out of 7 and 20, least value is 7. So 20 minus 7 will become 0. You can cancel this row. 20 minus 7 is 13. And the next corner value is 9. 35 and 13, least value is 13. It will become 0 and you can cancel this. 35 minus 13 is 22. And now we have only one variable, it is 0. Both supply and demand value is same. So I will allocate this 22 to this cell. It will become 0 and it will become 0. I will cancel this column. So now I have cancelled all the variables. So what is the next step? You have to find the transportation cost, minimum transportation cost. Just consider all the allocated cell. 5 into 15 plus 3 into 15 plus 9 into 10 plus 2 into 10 plus 7 into 15 plus 6 into 10 plus 5 into 7 plus 9 into 13 plus 0 into 22. Add all the values. The final answer is 547 rupees. So this is your transportation cost. So my dear students, I have completed the balanced and unbalanced problem on northwest corner method. So this is a simple method for finding the basic feasible solution. So in my coming session, I will discuss the least cost method on balanced and unbalanced problem. Thank you.